Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Donovan, and tonight I'm excited to share with you a quick unboxing and first look at the brand new Samsung Galaxy Watch Active. So I've had it now for about 2 hours, haven't had a chance to unbox it yet, but wanted to go ahead and do that with you, share that with you, and then also just share some quick first impressions and comparisons with some other watches that I do have. So just as a quick background, I am a runner, so I'm going to be using this from a runner's perspective, and as you can see in the background, I went ahead and picked up basically all the things Samsung that they came out with recently. So the Samsung Galaxy Buds, which were included with the pre-order of the Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus, as you can see here. So first of all, love the phone, but let's go ahead, and this video is all about the watch. So I'm going to go ahead and unbox it, and we're going to slide this stuff off to the side. We're going to go ahead and set it up and see what all you get with it. So first of all, this watch is available in 3 different colors. It's available in white, also in black, which is the color I wanted. It was unfortunately already unavailable by the time I pre-ordered. And then also the color you see here, which is supposed to be green, but I can tell you right now that from my eyes, it doesn't really look green. It looks more like a bluish color. So here is the watch, and first impressions is that it's very, very small. So this watch is tiny. So I believe this is a 40 millimeter watch face here. So in comparison, the Galaxy Watch Active was available, or sorry, the Samsung Galaxy Watch non-active version was available in 42 and 46. So this one's only available in 40. So as a quick comparison, here it is next to my Garmin Vivo Active 3 Music. So definitely smaller than that. About the same in thickness, but certainly smaller than this watch. So we'll let that boot up. I'll do quick comparisons to, like, this is my 44 millimeter Apple Watch. So we'll do some comparisons here. Now this actually has a little case on it, so we'll take that off. But you can see it's definitely bigger than that one. So this is definitely meant for smaller wrists, no question there. So I'm going to go ahead and set it up with my phone real quick. We'll also do some more looking at it in just a little bit. So let's try the fingerprint sensor out real quick. Hey, look at that, perfect. Oh, and as soon as I brought it up, it automatically had the option to connect it. So I didn't even do anything, it just automatically brought that up. So obviously with a Samsung phone, it will do that very quickly. Now, this is really not going to be a fair comparison. All right, let's go ahead and hit start, tap to connect. All right, so we'll have to do that. So this is the watch I've been using for tracking my workouts. So yeah, I wear 2 watches at the same time. So Apple Watch Series 4. This is my Garmin Fenix 5 Plus. 5S Plus, and you can see just, I mean, this is a mammoth watch in comparison to this watch. So very, very small watch. So I almost would say this is really kind of a follow-up to the bands, the Gear Fit, what is it called? The Gear Fit Band 2 or Band Pro 2. I can't remember exactly the name of it. I will say this, I have never liked those bands. So I've tested both of them out. I've never really been very impressed with them at all. So it's saying that I need to finish the pairing, so looks like it's already pairing, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. But while we're doing that, let's go ahead and take a look at what else you get in the box. So we get 2 bands. They're both quick release, so that's awesome. I like that they have quick release bands. These are 20 millimeter, just as a heads up. They're silicone. So nice, and those will be definitely very comfortable. They have a similar design, it looks like, to the Apple Watch bands, so the silicone Apple Watch bands, except that this one has the clasp there instead of just those little, I'm not really sure what you call that, model there. And then we also have wireless charging, so technically you can use your phone to charge it up, or you can use the little included Qi wireless charger. So you can just set it on top of that, or any other Qi wireless charger that you may have. You can charge it up with that as well. So we'll do that in a little bit, and we'll get it set up, and then I'm going to come back to you and kind of take a look at what all this thing has to offer. So I pretty much have the watch all set up just the way I like it. So I wanted to go ahead and share some quick first impressions of the device. So first thing you'll notice is right off the bat there was a proximity sensor, because if I cover up the screen, you see the screen will turn off. If I flip my wrist, it will turn it back on, or if I tap the screen, that will also turn it on as well. So I'll go ahead and show you that. Well, it turned on a little too quickly there, but that will also work. And you can see that there are 2 hardware buttons here. So this is our back button and this is our apps button. So if I want to go into my apps, I can swipe through them like so. Obviously there is no rotating bezel like you get on the Samsung Galaxy Watch, so that could be a negative for some people. This one is pretty much all touch, as you can see here. If I scroll over to the left, that's going to take me into my notifications, and you can actually interact with them. Unfortunately, this is one you can't really interact with a whole lot other than show on phone, but basically you tap into it and then you can interact with it that way. We'll go ahead and hit back and get out of that. Back to our main watch face. If I hold down, I can go through the various watch faces, and just as with the Samsung Galaxy watches, there's just an incredible number of watch faces. In fact, I think there's more watch faces for the Samsung watches than there are even for Wear OS watches. And I will say, one of the things I really like about Samsung watches is the fact that I really like the software. I really like Tizen, mainly because of how it interfaces here. So I really like the interface. If we swipe from the top, we can get into our shortcuts. And if I go back over, we go into our widgets. So this is, I swipe over to the right, so you can see I have Spotify here, and I have my weather here, so Spotify, and you can adjust these however you want. So activities, this is our health data, so Samsung health data. This is our heart rate, stress, and you can adjust these however you want. So calendar, and then we can add some widgets, and there's plenty of those. I'm not going to go through all those right now because I want to show you those on the phone and how you can adjust them via the phone. But this is just the watch face I like. I like a plain simple one because it saves battery, having a lot of that black background, but then also just simple information on the watch itself. So that is a look at the watch. I will mention that there is no speaker on this watch. There is a microphone right up here, so if you want to activate it and say, "Hi Bixby, what's the current temperature?" Now, obviously I know that from what the watch already told me, but we can go ahead and you can see that this will work. Now it's also working on my phone as well, as you can see there, but there it is. And so very cool. So obviously you can interact with Bixby that way if you so choose. Now obviously that's a limitation because of the fact that Bixby just isn't as good as other assistants. But on the phone, let's go ahead and we're going to go into, and this is a pain in the butt because I kind of despise that. But let's go ahead and try again. There we go. All right, we finally got in. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go into the Samsung apps here. So here is Samsung Galaxy Wearables. So this is where it's going to interface. So you can see it's going to show me my watch battery, how much storage I have. Now I did already download two full Spotify playlists onto the watch. So you can go ahead and listen to those. Obviously there's no speaker on the watch, but you can play music through some Bluetooth headphones, and they do interact very seamlessly with the Samsung Galaxy Buds, just as a heads up there. So we can go into our store. That's where we're going to get all of the different apps that we have available, and it's pretty limited, but a ton of watch faces. We can go into Samsung Health, we can go into Smart Things, we can adjust notifications, so we can pick which ones and how often they come, so we can pick when they come. So if we want it to turn on the screen while using phone, just all kinds of different options there. We'll go ahead and back out of that. We can manage the apps here. So these are all the apps. You can see we can adjust some things here in the settings, and then we can add ones obviously as well through the Galaxy Store. And then our widgets, if we want to reorder those. So I've already reordered them because they're definitely not in the order they came in. And then we can add widgets as well. So if we want to add alarms, but then if we want to move them around, we can slide it through just like that. So that's what those little arrows are for. So very cool. All kinds of customization available. We can adjust the vibration, we can adjust the display, and then we can come down here and get some more watch faces if we want, or pick the watch face that we want. So very cool. Let's go back into home here, maybe. There we go. Well, why isn't it let me go back? Let's try that again. There we go. No. All right, let's go back to the actual watch. I don't know why it's not letting me go back. There it is. All right, back to home. Okay, so down here you can see we can add content to the watch. So if we want to add music tracks or images, send SOS requests, find my watch, account and backup, sync phone settings. That's actually really nice because then it syncs all of your Wi-Fi, all the Bluetooth headphones you have connected, so it syncs those. So that's really nice. So you don't have to do it twice. We have some accessibility options here as well. And that's pretty much it. We can, of course, pick our watch face, or we can add watch faces. Get out of there. And then we can also discover some information. So this is, again, pretty much the same thing as the Samsung Galaxy Store here. But now let's go into Samsung Health, and we'll be able to see that. Again, we're going to have all of our exercise information here, so that's where all of that is stored, is under Samsung Health. So our step count, our exercise, so you can actually track a exercise from the watch itself, or you can do it here on the phone. Also, if you like other apps, so there is like Strava available. You can also use Map My Run, Map My Walk, things like that from Under Armour, and so Stress, and that's all the same stuff we had earlier. We can match up with some friends. So if you want to compete with some friends, you can do that. You can see I don't have any friends on Samsung Health because I just don't use it often enough. I actually use Strava, and I'll show you how to get that sunk up here. And then we also have some other Discover options here as well. So if we go in here into the settings, let's go back and go home here, and we're going to go into the settings, and down here, so we have our account. Right here is our connected services, and then you can see Strava as an option there. So I have it connect all of my Samsung Health activities from the watch directly to Strava, and so that's awesome. Or of course you can get Strava app directly onto the watch as well. So just a quick look at all the things the watch can do. I do really like how it interfaces so far. It's definitely a lot smaller than the 46mm Samsung Galaxy Watch that I had before, which in some ways is good because it's very light. Obviously it's going to be nice for running, for working out, not as heavy or bulky. It's certainly not as, I guess, classy looking. This one's definitely more active looking. I would say kind of like the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch to me looks more like a health monitor, and same thing here with this one, except this one of course is a circular face, but we do have that AMOLED display, which is really nice as well. So anyways, quick look at the Samsung Galaxy Watch. Lots of other coverage on this. I should also mention that in terms of battery, this has a 230 milliamp hour battery, but we'll have to test out how that battery life works. We'll also have to test out the heart rate sensor, the GPS accuracy, and things like that for all the runners out there that are interested in this watch. So thanks for watching. I hope this video has been helpful for you, and we will see you all in the next one. Peace.